Hi again, everybody. I am here to read a story with you today. We are getting so close to Mother's Day, and in keeping with that theme this week, I have a beautiful book that my grandmother gave to me when I was just a little girl. Now, some of you have already seen the video where I am showing you how to make a little present for your mothers and grandmothers. And so I wanted to show you this really special book my grandmother got for me. I think it's still out there in the world. You're able to get it. So if you're interested in the book, please go ahead and find A Time to Keep by Tasha Tudor. It's just beautiful. The pictures in it are beautiful and lovely. But one of the reasons I brought up our Mother's Day project is I wanted you to see something. In here, you can see my grandmother's writing. And she gave this to me in 1979, so I know exactly what her handwriting looked like when I was little and when she gave me this book. It was a birthday present. And that's kind of what I was saying with the project, is those things are really important later when you grow up and your mom sees what your hand looked like and what your printing looked like and what your pictures and your drawing were like. It'll be really special to her years later. So make sure you take a look at that video on how to make a Mother's Day present for Mom. In the meantime, I'm going to start our beautiful book. I hope you enjoy the story. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to keep. Granny, what was it like when Mummy was like me? January. January brings the snow, makes our feet and fingers glow. Oh, there were lots of joyful times on the last day of the old year. The children built a bonfire. We all danced around it and shouted, "Happy New Year!" Then we had a party supper, so you can see how old this book is. There's a little rip there. With roast beef and Yorkshire pudding and apple pie and ice cream and cheese. January 6th, that's 12th night. The children took out the 4 goat sleighs and had races. It was great fun. There was a prize for the winner. In the evening, everyone dressed up and played charades. February. So this book was given to me in February because that's when my birthday is. Roses are red, violets are blue, angels in heaven know I love you. We had a small post office in those days. Valentines came by sparrow post. The doll family received Valentines. So did all the corgis. This is Charlotte's favorite type of dog. I don't know why, but she loves corgis, so we were laughing that those were in here today. And Miss Puss got a catnip mouse. On Washington's birthday, we had Washington pie for tea and favors sent from Boston by Aunt Middle Mary. George Washington's birthday is my birthday, February 22nd. In the evening, the children put on historic tableau using the costumes we still have in the attic. You can see here the story of George Washington cutting down the cherry tree. March, daffodils that take the winds of March with beauty. March brought sugaring weather, and everyone turned out to gather sap. See, they're all getting the sap from the maple trees. That's how you get maple syrup. Syrup making ended with a sugaring off party when we ate dinner at the sugar house and had sugar on snow for a treat. April showers bring May flowers. Easter week we all made pretty Easter eggs and had hot cross buns for tea. We always had the most wonderful Easter egg tree with goose, duck, chicken, bantam, and pigeon eggs. On the very top were canary eggs. It's pretty, yeah? In April, the new kids were let out to play in the warm spring sunshine. It's another word for baby goats. There were calves to feed and little chicks And there were always gaggles of goslings. Goslings are baby geese. May. Welcome be thou, fair, fresh May. On May Day, the children left May baskets at our neighbors' doors, and we danced around a maypole. That's the month we planted the garden. We had delectable 11-ish parties with iced tea and cookies under the crab apple tree. June, and it was summer, warm, beautiful summer. Midsummer's Eve comes in June. That's when we had a marionette show. There were many, many rehearsals. Marionettes to make, scenery to paint, and programs to print and color. The play was at night in the carriage shed. Grandmothers had the very best balcony seats. Refreshments were served at the intermissions, and everyone had a wonderful time. July. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. July 4th started with the setting off of firecrackers under tin cans. The boys loved the noise, but the corgis didn't. We would hang the flag from the loft window and fix a huge and delicious picnic. Then we would take the canoes and paddle to the Magic Island where we ate lunch. In the evening there were fireworks at the fairgrounds in the village. We liked to watch them from the high pasture. August. My heart is a singing bird. August brought your mother's birthday, which we celebrated at night by the river. The table was set with birch bark plates and gourd drinking cups. There were favors made from walnut shells, and families of wooden animals in little baskets, and meringues made in the shape of toadstools. But best of all, the birthday cake came floating down the river. Isn't that pretty? I always thought that would be such a fun thing to have for your birthday. September. Comfort me with apples. September is a fair month. On Labor Day, we used to hold the dolls' fair. All the dolls came, of course, and their friends. We used buttons for money. You could buy cakes and pies and anything else you wanted, all for buttons. It was great fun. There was a flower and a vegetable show with prizes, beetle races, archery contests, and delicious ice cream sodas. October, when the frost is on the pumpkin and the fodder's in the shock. October was the time to make cider and pumpkin moonshines. I think by moonshines they must mean jack-o'-lanterns, don't you? And what exciting Halloween parties we had. You see them trick-or-treating and bobbing for apples, and maybe a haunted cornfield, and a little bit of a Halloween party. November. No fruits, no flowers, no leaves, no birds, November. On Thanksgiving, we roasted the turkey before the fire. So many relatives came to visit that the children had to sleep in the barn. We did plays and charades and had a literary contest with a handsome book for first prize. That's the month we made Christmas presents and a year's supply of candles. December. Some say that ere against the season comes wherein our Saviour's birth is celebrated, the bird of dawning singeth all night long. William Shakespeare. Christmas was the best of all times to keep. On December 6th, St. Nicholas's birthday, we put up the Advent calendar and the Christmas pyramid. We alighted the Advent wreath and had a St. Nicholas cake for tea. Christmas Eve was a magical time. When dark fell, we stepped into the starlight night to follow a winding path lighted by candles to an enchanting creche in the woods. And on Christmas night, we had the loveliest celebration of the year with a beautiful tree and a shine of candles to remind us of peace on earth and loving kindness. And that's how it was when your mother was a little girl. That's the end, and I hope you'll come back and keep reading with me, and hopefully we'll be able to see you next time. Bye for now.